So I think if anyone listens to the pod knows I'm a huge LCD Soundsystem fan. They dropped their fourth album, proper
Yep.
album, American Dream.
First in 7 years.
Well, 2011, this is
That
happening.
was 20,
So 6 years.
2010.
I guess I wrote that down wrong in my paper here. But yeah, so they broke up in 2011 with a farewell show at Madison Square Garden. Then they came back and they're like, just kidding, we're not done yet. Dropped a single for Christmas, yeah, in 2015, toured through 2016, and now here they are dropping an album. I mean, this is it's an interesting album. I know that you didn't get a chance to listen yet, but I really wanted to talk about it because I mean, being a big LCD Soundsystem fan, some might even call me a stan. Uh, I was going to this album, especially after hearing the singles, somewhat with tempered expectations, but still really enjoying Call the Police and American Dream. Tonight didn't grab me so much. I guess my take on the album, it's hard to compare LCD Soundsystem this album after they dropped This Is Happening, which is a pretty perfect dance rock album. So as a follow-up, it was never going to compare, but I think it's comparable almost to their first album, which was self-titled. And the thing that I think it makes it comparable is not only the way that they songs and they let them build out, but the way that it almost is like they were trying to make songs that could come off of any of their albums. Like Emotional Haircut and Tonight sound like songs that they would have made at the beginning of LCD Soundsystem. But then a song like How Do You Sleep, which is this like 11-minute epic, was something that would come on like This Is Happening. It could have been like a B cut from it. So overall, I mean, LCD Soundsystem at this point, from just their track record, anything that they drop is gonna be good. Like that's like the baseline for them. It could be great to legendary, like This Is Happening, or it could be just a very good album, like their self-titled album. And I think this one falls more towards being a very good album than a legendary album.
I see. So where does James Murphy stack in terms of like creators in the music world? Like you just said, he doesn't release anything bad. Like, is he really high up there for you?
It's really interesting. So the two albums I know that he was working as a producer on in the last since LCD Soundsystem broke up was Black Star by David Bowie, which he actually his last song on this Black Screen was kind of an ode to David Bowie in a sense. And he worked on Reflector with Arcade Fire, which is another amazing album, one album of the year.
Yeah, the best album.
I think James Murphy is an incredible producer. I think the way that he thinks about and works on songs is just phenomenal. But I also think he's very unique and strange. So I don't know if he would be up there in terms of like popular artist, but I think in terms of someone that can make a sound that not a lot of people can deny. I mean, he makes dance songs that are also like breakup songs. Like How Do You Sleep is basically like this. Like he's talking about Tim Goldberg, the guy he started DFA Records with, and it's basically like just like Lennon writing about McCartney, basically just like fuck you, dude, like you ruined this. But the way that he writes about it and the way that he builds the song up, it's so layered and it's almost like perfect in a way. My favorite song off the record, I would say he's high up there for me, but he's never going to reach popular acclaim.
I see.
Just before we wrap up on this, I know I'm getting a little long-winded. Oh Baby and How I Used To are probably the two songs along with How Do You Sleep that I would say definitely check out if you want to kind of get the experience of this record. I'm just going to pause real quick because I need to go turn my light switch on. I didn't realize that it controls the power to this outlet real quick.
Oh, hello.
Right. Yep.
Well, while Pat is away, I will say that LCD Soundsystem debuted #1 with their album, 85,000 sales for American Dream, but continuing the rock trend, only 6.3 million streams for American Dream, despite being a #1 album, which is really impressive And for context, Little Uzi Vert was number 2 last week behind LCD, and he had 122 million streams to only 4 million traditional sales. And this continues the trend of big rock albums, brand new, 95% traditional album sales. Arcade Fire 94, Linkin Park, not really rock anymore, but 90. So
Right.
whereas hip hop and electronic music, the majority of their revenue is generated from incredible numbers, millions of streams. Rock music is still really, the OG way, just buying the album. So really interesting, and that trend continues.
Yeah, and if you had pre-ordered the album, or if you had bought a ticket to one of their shows, they either sent you a disc for free or you could buy the vinyl. So I think that LCD kind of realizes like it's not really probably going to gain a lot of fans from the streaming services, but the way it's going to service them is by doing things like giving them a free CD or a vinyl for going to their show.
Right. Yeah.
LCD is a band that I think you need to experience live to really understand them. But that's just my own personal bias, really enjoying LCD shows. You should go to one of them, Dave.
Yeah, one day. We'll see.